back. I don't care if I...
Sandy into his windup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed a perfect game.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone. Fernando Valenzuela has pitched a no-hitter. If you have a sombrero, throw it to the sky. He's done it. Clayton Kershaw pitches a no-hitter. It is gone. It is a walk-off home run for Justin Turner. Tony saves on the air. The other way. Back it goes. One-of-a-kind player. One-of-a-kind season. Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club. Hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Gibby, meet Freddie. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Breaking news, the Los Angeles Dodgers and Teoscar Hernandez are in agreement on a 3-year, $66 million contract. We're bringing down the new deal. We got contract details, how the deal got done, and more. That's coming up next on a breaking emergency news edition of Dodgers Dugout Live.
It's time for Dodger baseball. Welcome to Dodger Stadium.
This is the golden age of Dodger baseball. The Dodgers are building a dynasty.
You got it, Ronnie, the parade. We got a parade. The Dodgers punch back and head to the championship series. Ohtani starts the 50-50 club. Milky Magic. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone. Start the party, Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
Think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to an emergency edition of Dodgers Dugout Live. I'm out of town. I'm in Florida, where Teoscar Hernandez was training pretty much all off season, and we just got word less than an hour ago that Teoscar Hernandez and the Los Angeles Dodgers have agreed to a new deal. Sources told me that it came down to Teoscar Hernandez wanted to be a Dodger, and that is the most important thing here. You knew that he was genuine throughout the entire season when he made no mistake about it, that he wanted to be back in LA where he had his best year as far as team success, as far as making the All-Star team, hitting 33 home runs, betting on himself the way he did after a down year with Seattle, and it all paid off because he got the money he wanted, he got the deal he wanted, he got the situation and the team that he wanted to, and you can't put a price on happiness. And Teoscar Hernandez is happy and thrilled to be back in LA with the deal that he signed. He went to Instagram and he posted this: "I'm back." He got the emojis, he got the hearts, he got the fire, he got the sunglasses, and Teoscar Hernandez is back, and it's a beautiful day. I'm actually at my dad's house in Florida visiting for the holidays, but hey man, no shoey stay, but a little quick chug of some Stella. Because it feels so good. I see people out there, Keller, sure, it's a Christmas miracle. No, but Santa Claus did come a little late, but better late than never. And it's a nice little late Christmas present. And if you look at the specifics of the deal, that's where it does get a little interesting. Because as we did report, Teoscar Hernandez, really the reason why this deal wasn't done weeks ago was trying to avoid as many deferrals as possible, trying to get the best signing bonus as he could. And ultimately, he signs a 3-year, $66 million deal that includes an option for a 4th season at $15 million. And there's also around $23 million in signing bonuses and $23 million in deferrals. So ultimately, the Dodgers, they got a deal done for a player that they wanted back, that filled a role they needed him to fill, which is a right-handed hitter that rakes against lefties, that hits good against both sides, clutch in the postseason, is dynamite with the stick, also great in the clubhouse, great team chemistry, and now he is back, and the Dodgers, they've locked up they have locked up a player that I thought was absolutely essential to going back-to-back. Absolutely essential to having this be the birth of a Dodgers dynasty, because not only does he bring offensive production during the regular season, he also comes up in big spots. You saw in the Padres series, he comes up big. He's the guy who gets a big base hit in game 1 that led to a run. He's the guy who gets the big grand slam in game 3 that really turned the momentum to the Dodgers side, even though they wanted to lose that game. He's the guy who gets the big home run against Yu Darvish to give them a much-needed 2-run cushion when runs were at a premium. He was big against the Mets. He was massive against the New York Yankees. Teoscar Hernandez already has had his indelible moment with the Yankees. He throws out Giancarlo Stanton, who still isn't even close to home plate. Takes him 5 to 7 business days just to get home, running with a piano on his back, running like he's running in jeans. And Teoscar, he guns him down with his fastest, hardest throw of the season. And then Teo is the guy who steps up, and he gets the clutch 2-run double to tie things in that epic 5th inning. I've watched that 5th inning about 40 or 50 times during this little Christmas break here. So yeah, Teo's back. The team is thrilled. He's thrilled. And now let's run this thing back and get the other Hernandez. But welcome here to the Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show on YouTube, #1 Dodgers podcast. Thanks for rocking with us as always here. It's 7 o'clock on the East Coast, 4 o'clock in LA. And you guys are partying because Teoscar Hernandez is back to being a Dodger. Got some super chats. Stepbrother D-Mac, $2. All my Teo Fund donation money worked. Yeah, if you've been watching the show for the entire year, we've said that all of the money for the super chats was going to the re-signed Teoscar Hernandez fund. Bring back the Teo All-Star Hernandez. And certainly that money, I can tell you, was delivered, and it's in his pocket now. And he is going to be spending the remaining years of his prime with this Los Angeles Dodgers organization. And I know that in the last couple of days, it did get interesting. And we'll continue to break down what I know, speaking to sources close to the situation about this deal. And the reason why deals ultimately get made when you have players that have options, when you have teams that have options as far as them having resources and the financial muscle and the destination that players want to play for, the reason why deals like this get done is because you have mutual motivation to want to land that player, and that player wants to go to your organization. So the first big takeaway from all of this is that the Dodgers love Teo, and Teo loved the Dodgers. I spoke to Dave Roberts at the winter meetings. I asked him, how tough would that be to replace Teoscar Hernandez? And mind you, this is an organization that already has Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman. Already signed Michael Conforto and have Will Smith and Max Muncy, all these great players. And he said it's going to be difficult. It would have been difficult. It would have been tough to replace Teo because not everything that he does for this team shows up in the box score. Not everything that he does for this team shows up in between the lines, just because I think that his demeanor, his poise, it rubs off on these guys. Mookie Betts talked about it. I mean, someone like a Teoscar Hernandez, when you're playing under the brightest lights and you're playing alongside Shohei and Mookie and Freddie, he feels in his mind that as far as him being a quality hitter, he takes a backseat to no one. That's his mindset. His heartbeat slows down when the moments tend to speed up on other players. That's why I think bringing him back was so essential because, look, let's be honest. The Los Angeles Dodgers aren't for everyone. This organization isn't for everyone because of all the pressure and expectations that come along with putting on that Dodger blue. And in year one, Teoscar, he got an A+ as far as playing his role and passing the test and checking off that box. Elite with runners in scoring position, clutch in big moments, raked against lefties, was big in the postseason, beloved by his teammates, beloved by the fan base. You had to bring this guy back. The Dodgers knew that, and they did that. And yes, there were reports in recent days about Anthony Santander, reports about trading for Luis Robert Jr., trying to maybe explore a deal for Hassan Kim. I did a little bit on those guys the last couple days, But in my heart of hearts, and what I've heard is that, look, they knew that this was going to end up being where it was. And that's with the reunion with the Dodgers and Teoscar Hernandez. And what I will tell you is the reason why this changed a little bit is they were very, very close a couple weeks ago to getting him signed at this same contract, at the $22 million per season for 3 years, $66 million, something in that range. They were about $700,000 off per year. They were at the 5-yard line. They were super close. The Dodgers signed Michael Conforto. They re-signed Blake Trinan. Then the next day, the Dodgers were a little far apart for what the camp of Teoscar Hernandez was looking for. And sometimes it happens during negotiations. Sometimes things change based on the other players that you decide to sign. I think at the end of the day, and for what I'm hearing right now from sources, is that, look, yes, he did not want to have as many deferrals as possible. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's still generational wealth for the money that he signed for. And that playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers, being a part of this organization, really trumped everything. And he was motivated being back, and he wanted to get a deal done. And that's exactly what he did. So cheers to you, Dodgers Nation. We got our guy, Teoscar Hernandez, is back in Dodger blue. Now you don't have to worry about, hey, what would Anthony Santander look like as a Dodger? How would Anthony Santander perform in the postseason? How would Luis Robert Jr. perform in the postseason? Could he stay healthy? A lot of these big questions that you might have with other players that the Dodgers could have acquired, you don't have to answer those questions. You know what you have in Teo, and even if he doesn't have the same year that he did in 2024, even if he doesn't go on to hit 33 home runs and hit 272 and have a 339 on base and slug 501 in 652 plate appearances, and doesn't win the home run derby and make the all-star team, even if he doesn't have that same exact year, it does not mean it is a potential letdown. Because what this team is about now is having guys that can get you in a comfortable position to make the postseason, get you a seed in a situation that you're comfortable with, whether it be home field advantage throughout, home field advantage in the NLDS, the NLCS, whatever it may be. But we know that this team is ultimately going to be judged by what they do in the postseason. If they lose in the World Series, it's considered a failure because of the collection of talent that you have with this group. And Teoscar is a guy that is a made man in those situations. And I fully expect more clutch base hits, more big moments from this guy, tons and tons of sunflower seeds. Yes, the Dodgers are going to be on the hook for about 10 million more sunflower seeds than they would have had they not brought back Teoscar Hernandez. But I'm here to tell you that this guy's a true winner. This team's ready to win multiple championships, and he's a big piece to their puzzle. And even though defensively in left, the defensive metrics were below average, and that was the first time he had played in left for an extended period of time since 2021, back in right field, he's passable. And you got Michael Conforto. You have Tommy Edman that brings you above average defense in center field. So I'm not overly concerned about the defense because, look, Teoscar is fast. You look at his StatCast numbers, he's above average as a runner. He's got an arm. I think the Dodgers' defensive positioning, he's going to be fine defensively. And the reason they brought him back was not for his glove, it was for his bat. So it's a beautiful day in LA. The Dodgers bringing back Teoscar Hernandez. But I want to hear from you. Let me know down below in the comment section, what is your reaction to Teoscar Hernandez being back in Dodger blue? Do you like the deal? Do you think that it was the right thing to do? We've got the Chuck lineup fortified. There's a good chance Conforto makes the lineup even more dangerous. Yeah, absolutely. Conforto's a talented hitter. He's a guy that can hit you 20 home runs. He's someone that can bring you above average corner outfield defense. And now you have Teoscar, you have Conforto, you have Tommy Edman. Your outfield is looking a lot better, especially knowing that Mookie Betts brings his offense to the infield. But got some super chats, by the way. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation, Dodgers Dugout Live. emergency breaking news episode. Teoscar Hernandez is back in LA. I gotta take some more beers, man. What are you guys sipping on this holiday season? All right, we got Let's Talk Baseball, a $4.99 super chat. Never seen a one-year deal fit with a team more. Teoscar is back. We're going back-to-back. Let's go Dodgers. That's Let's Talk Baseball. You know I gotta give you some love for that. You know I gotta give you some comment of the show love for that because, yeah, I couldn't said it any better myself. That's what you get. A guy on a one-year contract that absolutely bet on himself. It was the ultimate platform season for a guy that was really trying to get a 3-year deal with a soft market. And he signed a 1-year, $23.5 million deal with the Dodgers, over $8 million in deferrals. He made the All-Star team. He won the Home Run Derby, the Silver Slugger. He led NL outfielders in home runs with 33, 99 RBIs, 67 extra base hits, and now he signs a 3-year deal with the Dodgers. So it's really, really a success story for his agent, Rafa Nieves, for the player in Teoscar Hernandez, and really an organization that went out there and proved to players like him that, you know what, the Dodgers aren't just going to be a spot that you go and you sign to them for 1-year deals and then they go for look for the next guy. No, that wasn't the case for Teoscar Hernandez because a lot of people just assumed that Teo was going to be the new JD Martinez and that JD Martinez was going to sign somewhere like he did with the Mets, and then Teo signed somewhere like the Red Sox or the Blue Jays, and the Dodgers was just get that next guy, and that Michael Conforto was the replacement. No, the thing about the Dodgers is they don't have hard and fast rules. Yes, they do like to use deferrals as a way that Andrew Friedman told us can get them across the finish line. But look, they're not all players are going to include deferrals, right? Yamamoto, Blake Trinan. I mean, they don't have hard and fast rules. They identify the player they want and they realize that there's more ways to skin a cat, and they find a way to get a deal done with said player because they want them in their organization. I think that the message here is that, yes, even if the Dodgers didn't initially intend to have Teo here long term, hey, he proved himself. He won them over. He won his teammates over. And that is exactly what you want to do in a bet on yourself contract. He bet on himself and he hit all sevens, man. I mean, he absolutely crushed it in his year with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And we got some more super chats. We got Salute D-Mac. What up, IB Strokin? Always rocking with us here. Give you a nice little comment of the show. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you a little fire tag. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna say thanks for the comment. We got Orange Romero, $66. Appreciate you. 66. Hey, man. Show some love to Yasiel Puig right there. The news I've been waiting for. Welcome back, Teo. Let's sip to that one. Everyone give me a welcome back, Teo, down below in the comment section. Francisco Diaz 999. I got a chuckle when I read this Blue Jay fan made a report stating that they were favorites to sign Teo due to D-Mac stating the Dodgers and Teo hadn't been in talks for over a week. LOL, welcome back, Teo. And that's another lesson on this. The truth is, the Dodgers had not spoken to Teoscar Hernandez in over a week. The truth is that when you did hear those reports from guys like Ken Rosenthal and others that were linking the Dodgers with other options if they pivoted away from Teoscar Hernandez, that at that time they had it. But one thing I was told when it came to Teoscar Hernandez and getting this deal done and how it was always going to get done was that really the negotiating was a formality, but the truth is that it was always just going to take one call. And there was nothing really to discuss. There was not really anything to discuss. And that's kind of what I told you guys on Monday's episode, was that even though there weren't talks, that did not mean that a deal couldn't get done quickly, because Teo's camp and the Dodgers, they had already had the framework for a deal very close to being done for a long period of time. And then it was just about kind of going that next part and just finishing the job and punching it into the end zone. And they got it done, and it was great for both sides. And I think that look, there are teams like the Red Sox and teams like the Blue Jays, but the truth is there was no other teams out there that were making these over-the-top Godfather, you can't make him an offer you can't refuse type offers, right? Those offers were not out there for Teoscar Hernandez. And what I tell you at the very beginning of this, when the Blue Jays and the Red Sox were those second and third teams, was that if it was going to be a battle of, okay, this offer is pretty close, it was always going to be that he was going to be back with the Dodgers. He was never going to leave for anything that was similar. So that was really the case there. But some more super chats here. We got Kelly Oshiro, $99.99, $100 from Kelly Oshiro. My goodness. I have to sip more of that. My goodness. That's going to go to the Roki Sasaki International Bonus Pool Fund. Joy to Dodgers Nation. Teo is back. Sports card report cards 199. Teo Home Run Derby bobblehead 2025. That's a fire take. That is a very fire take right there. Ryan Montas, $2 super chat. What's up, Doug? I'm glad he's back. No studio. No, like I said, I'm remote. I'm at my dad's pad in Florida, where the Dodgers used to train, Vero Beach, where Teo was training. I'll be back in LA by Monday, so we'll be back in the studio on Monday. Avery Scantlin, $4.99. Teoscar is on a plane to Toronto. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I'm gonna give you a nice little a bruh for that one. You know what? I'm just gonna give you a. You know what? Let's just give you some love for that because that was a good one. But yeah, we got some more down here. We got Dan C 199. The Dodgers are the greatest. Yeah, look. I mean, I think that at this point with this organization is they're not going to do anything that looks like they're impatient, like they're desperate, like they're emotional. And that was certainly evidenced throughout this. I mean, they wanted Teo back, but they're always going to operate intelligently. They're always going to operate where they can maximize the value of a player. That's just, I mean, you're not going to just, even though you're making a lot of money, look, billionaires are billionaires for a reason, okay? That's just like how they get down. So, look, you're getting the band back together. You're keeping the band together is what you're doing at this point. And look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you had to pick the secret sauce for the 2024 Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez was the secret sauce. That's exactly what he was. You knew what you were going to get with Mookie. You knew what you were going to get with Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani and the superstars. You didn't know what you were going to get from Teo. Would you get someone that produced like you did in Toronto, where he was playing in a good lineup, where he's an all-star? Would you get someone that was underperforming in Seattle, playing in a notoriously bad park for hitters? It kind of makes you wonder. But he certainly absolutely demolished his opportunity, crushed it with LA. So it's a great day to get this over with too. I mean, I was kind of, I don't know about you guys, but I was a little sick and tired of just hearing them linked to other players that I never truly felt that they were serious about signing. I mean, yes, Teo does strike out almost 30% of the time, and there's certain parts of his game that don't necessarily fit with what the Dodgers profile and kind of look for in players. But no, at the end of the day, what he does great, the positives in his game, significantly outweigh anything that he does at a below average level. So yeah, I mean, it's official. Teoscar Hernandez is back. Teo is going to stay-o in LA. So let's party, man. But let's get back to your comments, guys. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation, Dodgers Dugout Live emergency episode. We are breaking down the re-signing of Teoscar Hernandez. And I know Dodgers Nation is happy about this one. I know Dodgers Nation is lit back in LA just because, let's be honest, this World Series ring ceremony, it would not have felt the same. It would not have hit the same with Teo on a different team. And I think now you can really say to yourself that this team isn't content with one title with Shohei. This team, they are as all in as any team in Major League Baseball, and they realize that they have found a championship nucleus. They have found a chemistry that works, and they're all about it. We got Oscar Mania. Teo always wanted to come back to the Dodgers, convinced by all the amazing tortas in LA. Come on now. Come on. Bruh. D-Mac, Roki, Nolan, and Kike is all we need to complete the wish list. Okay, so I think I've started to convince those about Arenado. Slevins, do you think the Dodgers will get Tanner Scott? Look, I mean, we know the Dodgers have already made it very clear in the fact that they were close to getting a deal done for Devin Williams, that they have been linked to Tanner Scott, that they want an elite reliever. Now, I think that the Teo signing is complete. What's left? Well, the next big signing would have to be Roki Sasaki, Tanner Scott, potentially considering some trades. Remember, Andrew Friedman did say that he does not want to make deals at the trade deadline. Andrew Friedman said that the trade deadline is a terrible time to buy. What I always say, want to buy the Halloween candy the day after Halloween. When you buy the trades and when you buy players and you try to acquire talent during the trade deadline, you're paying above sticker price, man. And you do not want to do that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see them go out there and sign Tanner Scott to maybe a 3-year, $60 million deal, something in the range of what Teo got. I would not be surprised if you saw them go out there and make a trade, because you do have a lot of young talent and there's not a lot of opportunities on this roster for them to play. So this move indicates a major takeaway in all this. This move indicates that really the 1 through 4, 1 through 5 in the Dodgers lineup for the next 3 seasons, it's locked up. It's locked up right now. If you're looking for major acquisitions or additions to this lineup, no, they already got the Justice League happening, right? They've already got that Avengers vibe with their lineup right now with Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, and Teo. I mean, that's solidified. So considering the fact that you have year 1 through 4 pretty much locked up for the next 3 seasons, Mookie 8 more years under contract, Freddie has 3 more years in his deal, Shohei 9 years in his deal, Teo's going to be here for the next 3 years. This is it. This is the group of guys at the top of your lineup that you're going to go to battle with to try to win multiple World Series and be the first team since the Reds of the 70s to go back-to-back in the National League. The first team to go back-to-back since the 2000 Yankees. This is that group. So when you consider that, then you look at what other ways can you improve this roster. Well, you already load up the rotation with signing Blake Snell. You feel like you have a good chance of signing Roki Sasaki. You already have Tyler Glasnow, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Shohei Ohtani. So really the move now is to bolster that bullpen any way you can and look for some defensive upgrades too. I think Arenado is still a move that I would strongly consider making, especially if the Cardinals are willing to cover $15 million of that deal. So I certainly do think it's the next move, but I don't think it's the last move for the Dodgers. But let's get back to those super chats. We got Adrian Gonzalez. What's up, Adrian Gonzalez, man? Love your time with the Dodgers, man. One of my favorites. My favorite first baseman in Dodgers history. My man could pick it. Dodgers have been the team of giving its fans what we want. I just hope Santa Friedman bringing us back Kike and brings in Roki Sasaki. That's a fire take, because that's exactly what Andrew Friedman told us. He was asked about how the Dodgers use deferrals and the narrative surrounding that, if the Dodgers are manipulating anything. And his answer was clear that what the Dodgers are doing right now is they are rewarding their fans. They're rewarding their fan base for their commitment, for their devotion, for putting 50,000 strong at Dodgers Stadium, for buying all the jerseys and merch, for going on the road and showing up and showing out, for putting those eyeballs on the screen, for making the Dodgers an absolute financial machine as they are. And look, a lot of teams out there, they get some money, they start to generate revenue, they don't put it back into their club. The Dodgers are the opposite. They have a once-in-a-sport level contract that's paying for itself and earning the team profit in Shohei Ohtani's. and they're putting that money back into the club every single chance they get because they want more parades. They want more championships. They want to be the preeminent franchise in Major League Baseball. When this run is over, when Shohei Ohtani has called it a career, we could have passed the New York Yankees. And look, Yankees have those 27 titles. A lot of them came long time ago, right? But we're talking about a run that really puts the Dodgers from an interest level, first and foremost, right past the New York Yankees. Look, if you're gonna buy one ticket in baseball right now, it ain't New York, man. It ain't. And even though they have the history, the Dodgers have their own history, but right now this organization realizes that to really cement their legacies even further, it's about winning championships. And that's what tonight was all about. But let's read some more of your comments. Welcome in, guys. Dodgers Dugout live from Florida, man. Florida man's a real, by the way, man. Florida man is real. These guys interesting on the freeways around these parts. But Alfredo, breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers are about to have a sunflower shortage. That's from Alfredo. Yeah, man, they got to get a deal done. They got to get a deal done with the sunflower seeds. You know, get David Sunflower Seeds to sponsor this team. Back to back from Jerez. The Padres' father is back. That's from YC Prods. We got Steve Carlson. Let's go Dodgers. Sunnyside Teo had his best year batting behind 3 Hall of Famers. Teo's the cleanup man. Yep. We got the gang is back from Miggy Camacho. Golden era baby. We got Frankie G. Teo, the Podfather. That's a fire take right there. Fragrance Empire. Who says you can't find a hidden gift after Christmas? Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what that feels like, right? Getting that hidden gift behind the tree. You couldn't see it. It was Teoscar Hernandez. Ryan Montas, a $5 super chat. When it comes to his contract, we all pretty much predicted it with 3 years, but a little over $70 million. Yeah, there were some projections out there that, hey, how about this? Go back to the episode where I discussed the latest of his contract from my sources. What did I say? I said that he was looking for a contract between 3 years and $22 to $24 million per year. That's what we said on the show before it was reported by anyone out there. And at the end of the day, he signs for that amount with the deferrals. So the Dodgers, they got him on the low end of what Teo's camp was looking for. So this is another great move for the Dodgers. I mean, they got to feel good. Not only do they get their guy back, they get their guy back at the contract that they were hoping to sign him to. So, hey, man, a lot of this is because of you guys. I mean, I'm dead serious about that. I'm dead serious because of how much he loved playing here, because of how much he loved being a Los Angeles Dodger. I mean, if Dodgers fans did not show Teo the love that he felt, I don't think it's a guarantee that he signs the deal that he signs tonight. I think that he knew he wanted to be back here, and he was just like, look, man, let's get this thing done. We already made it to Christmas. Let's get this thing done. And the deal is done, and Teo is back in LA. We got Kike and Roki next. We have Teo Sasaki and Scott, no room for Arenado. Mike M. Get Bichette, move Mookie to second, and trade Gavin Lux. Dancy D-Mac, I was concerned it was another JD Martinez situation. So hey, these teams they were gonna find their way back. There was just too much love and too much mutual interest between these two that to think that he was gonna leave. And look, you guys know that I never really felt like he was gonna sign with the Blue Jays. I really didn't, because I think the Blue Jays would have had to absolutely blow him away. It would have had to have been 4 years, $95 million, something just really that the Dodgers would say, you know what, we have our limit. I do think that the Dodgers had their limit with Teoscar Hernandez. They certainly got to the point where it was probably going to be like, look, here's what we're willing to offer you. We would love to have you back, but if we do have to look elsewhere, if we do have to explore some other options, we're not afraid to go that route. I'm just glad they didn't have to have the conversation. Lemon 818, Tanner, Scott, Sasaki, and Kike, and we kind of set the Torta King. Don't forget D-Mac Doppelganger. What up, Will Smith? Jerez213, ready for spring training out here in Arizona. Damn, D-back fans are really going to be hating. Hey, man, the Dodgers versus everyone. The Dodgers against the world. Thank God we needed Teo back so bad. Back to back to back. That's from Carl Sumner over on YouTube. Aaron Bell, Kike is always clutch in the postseason. Yeah, I mean, like, look, you're going to see Kike sign. Kike Hernandez will be back in Dodger Blue. I mean, it's going to happen. It's a formality. I'm convinced of that. Locked and loaded line. That's from Justin Samuel. Now let's bring Kike back. Hashtag save Trout. You guys talking about bringing Mike Trout. A super chat over here. Appreciate that, Ryan Montaz. What's up? We got to I'm so happy from Jose. Gary A. We coming for the Yankees. LOL. Doyers of the 2020s. Sunnyside. Mike M. CT3. Outman, Lux, Grove, and Miller. Knack can be traded. Yeah, I mean, there are moves that they can make. I mean, no one's... Look, they have assets. They have resources. And the $66 million is not going to break the Dodgers. I mean, you look at where this team is. Mookie Betts going back to the infield next season. The outfield need was bigger than it was anticipated. You didn't need just a Conforto and just a Tommy Edman. You needed Teoscar. Teoscar is a guy who was 35% above league average offensively. Okay? Led the National League outfielders in home runs with 33, RBIs with 99, started the All-Star game, was a second-team All-MLB member, won his third career Silver Slugger Award. He got a $1 million signing bonus after that. So he crushed it. And I think, too, you look at the success with the Dodgers with runners in scoring position. And I think you can't understate that. He had 49 hits, 11 home runs, 71 RBIs. He was right there in that mix. And, I mean, look at this number right here. With runners in scoring position, he hit 288, had a 547 slug, and was a 160 weighted runs created plus. I mean, he was everything that the Dodgers needed and then some. I mean, you look at the success against lefties. I told you this on the show before. Since 2021, only Aaron Judge has a higher slugging percentage against southpaws. Since 2022, has a 147 weighted runs created plus, 13th in the sport in that stretch. With the Dodgers, against lefties, hit 290, had a 574 slug, had a 154 weighted runs created plus. But, yeah, I mean, look at all that. You add that, you put it in a pot, and it said, okay, he needs to be back in Dodger Blue. And he said right after the season that the Dodgers were the priority. And I can also tell you this, too. I can tell you this from sources, that the Dodgers, they could have extended him during the season. That Teoscar Hernandez's camp was interested in getting a deal done during the year. And had they have done that, they could have probably saved some money in the back end. But I think the way that the Dodgers do business, look, it made a lot of sense. I mean, you want to play out the year, you want to see how he performs in the postseason, and then you want to address that when the time comes about. So, yeah, I think the fact that they signed it when they did, it goes along with their process. And who's to doubt this organization after the year that they had? And look, let's not forget, too, the Dodgers, they extended him that qualifying offer. And he, of course, rejected that qualifying offer. Is just over $21 million. He rejected that qualifying offer on November 19th. And if he had signed with another team, that, look, the Dodgers would have got some compensation. And there definitely was a little bit of that from other teams, that when a player of his caliber has that attached to him, yeah, it does complicate matters a little more, and it does impact the offer you're going to make for that player. And sometimes some of the mid-level market teams, some of the teams that aren't as cash happy as the Dodgers, they're not going to be in that mix. So had the Dodgers not have extended him the qualifying offer, I do think that the market would have been a little more active for him, but that just did not transpire, and that wasn't the case. So, yeah, man, we're going to be seeing sunflower seeds flying around Los Angeles by that Dodgers dugout for, at the very least, the next 3 seasons. Hopefully it's the next 4 seasons. Hopefully this, I think Teo just, he feels like one of those guys that you look back, almost like, I think he's better than what, of course, Derek Fisher was for the Lakers. I think Kike is more like a Derek Fisher, but like one of those guys that is just an irreplaceable part just because of how perfectly he works in with this team from a chemistry standpoint. So just to recap kind of the Dodgers offseason moves so far, Teoscar was the 5th contract the Dodgers signed this offseason. Teo was the 5th at that 3-year, $66 million deal with the 4th-year option at $15 million. Then you have Blake Snell, who signed for 5 years, $182 million. Tommy Edman, 5 years to his deal. He got the extension at $64.5 million. And then Michael Conforto, they signed to a 1-year, $17 million deal. And then you bring back Blake Trinan for $22 million on a 2-year pact. So that's the Dodgers offseason so far. Blake Snell, he's the marquee guy. He's the top of the list. But then right after that, you got Teoscar Hernandez. You got Blake Trinan back. You got Michael Conforto. You got the Tommy Edman extension. So 5 contracts signed by the Dodgers so far this offseason. It's good news. I'm glad they settled their differences. I'm glad they found a way to get this done now, because now this organization can focus on what's at the top of their list, and that's getting Roki Sasaki. So if you go out there and you add a Roki Sasaki to this class, you're already at an A, but then you're looking at an A+. And I think that's what takes him over the top, is you go out there and you sign a Roki Sasaki, you potentially sign a Tanner Scott, and it was a tremendous late Christmas present, and I'm glad the Dodgers fans are happy out there tonight. But some more super chats before we head out of this one. Yeah, I got some text. I got a text right now from a source, from an insider, that that there was never a doubt, and that it made too much sense for both sides to reunite. So I think that was the consensus, and I think that's why, even though there were some publicized things regarding Teoscar Hernandez, that even people like myself that were reporting certain things, that always felt like they ultimately would get a deal done. But a couple more comments, guys, and we'll be back. Like I said, I'm heading back to LA tomorrow, so we should be able to hit a live tomorrow and break this down in detail. And we're going to try to get Teoscar Hernandez on the show, hopefully very, very soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. It's kind of the tradition, right? You sign with the Dodgers, you got to come on Dodgers Dugout Live like Blake Trinan did. But a couple more comments down below, guys. Gary A, if they sign Sasaki, you may get an MLB stoppage. That's funny. That's funny. They're going to be big mad. They're going to be punching air. I'll sip some of these tears from all the haters out there from other fan bases whose owners are broke. All of those comments that you have against the Dodgers, just send them to your ownership group, because they're the problem. It's not the Dodgers. The Dodgers are great for baseball. Let me say that one more time. The Los Angeles Dodgers are absolutely great for baseball. Look at the NBA. NBA's ratings have plummeted. They're down 48% since 2012, something like that. The Dodgers signed Shohei Ohtani, and you had almost 30 million people watching the World Series domestically and in Japan. So the Dodgers are great for baseball, and building a dynasty is definitely something that helps the sport. Those salty tears taste great. But here we go, some more. We got LFG, Teoscar, Padres, 0 titles. Season done, SD, and then SF stands for season finished. Nando, 390. Why is my wife's purse in the background of D-Mac's room? Oh my God, I don't even see what's in here. Let's see here. Let's see, I don't even see what's back here. It's got some mirrors. It's actually I'm on my dad's pad in Florida. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Dodgers Dugout Live, emergency episode. Thanks for rocking with us. A great day to be a Los Angeles Dodgers fan. It's great to be a Los Angeles Dodger. It is absolutely a great day to be a Dodgers fan, because you are getting your guy. Teoscar Hernandez is back in LA. All the drama, all the back and forth, it was pretty minimal for the most part. They got their guy, and he's back, Teoscar Hernandez. And now it's time to get Roki, sign Tanner Scott, and go back to back. That's on the to-do list. But that's going to do it, guys, for this episode. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Let's do a couple walk-off shots, by the way, because you guys are lighting it up tonight. So almost, you know, it's funny. There's like stuff going on in the other room. I say, hey, man, I got to go out and do this show, man. Dodgers baseball waits for nobody. I'm always ready to go, baby. You know what I say? If I'm alive, I go live. We got the Dodgers, baby, from Miguel Valdez. We got those tears work from Alex Renteria. Dan Marino Conforto was solid. The blanks just sucked before. That was when he was hurt. Chilltown says, let's go. Name is, we going back-to-back wins next year. Go Doyers. We got, thanks D-Mac, thanks Steven. We got D-Mac, is your father a Marlin fan? Or, my dad actually grew up in La Puente, California, and would sneak into Dodgers games back in the day. He's a lifelong bleeder of Dodger blue through and through, all the way since birth. So, yeah, I got generations of Dodgers fans in my family. So, yeah, that to answer your question, he's the classic, hey, sleep with the transistor radio under your pillowcase Vince Scully listener type of fan. So, yeah, the Dodger blue runs deep in the McKain family. We bleed in blue over here. Good night now, D-Mac. What up, Chuck? We got Rocket Light. What up, Justin? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Teo's back-to-back. What does your outfit look like now? I mean, it looks, you're going to see some Conforto, some Teo. You're going to see Tommy Edman. You're going to see Andy Paz get some looks. And we'll see what else we do. And as far as bringing back Kike, as far as Chris Taylor's involvement in that. But, yeah, Magic, you know what it is. But that's going to do it, guys. Merry Christmas to all. It's going to be the happiest of Happy New Year's knowing we got Teo back. Remember, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that like button, and there's nothing out there that brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. And until next time, think blue,